Hi guys, Keith Arkenberg Farms. It is now second week of August, first to second, somewhere in there. It's about the 10th or 11th, and I'm out here in the U-Pick to kind of show you what I had going on this year, and also show you how I know that it is now done for the season. We'll get one more harvest out of here, and then hopefully some picking this weekend, and we'll wrap it up for the season. Let me show you. So the first sign that I always see when I know the U-Pick's starting to wrap up, squashes. They're all gone. Those, they typically peter out on me anyways, but if you look behind here, even the cucumbers, which I've managed to actually keep going pretty good this year, they're starting to actually give up too. I mean, I've still got a couple plants in here that are good, but the majority of them are already given up. They're completely bone dry, dead. Like I said, I can still get a little bit of a harvest out of them, but not much, and they're not going to push any new growth. I mean, there's not even any flowers or anything on this, especially the way the temperatures have been so hot and then cool and then really, really hot again for quite a while. I mean, there's still some nice fruit out here to get, but there's just nothing new coming along. Now, that generally happens just because of the squash bugs, the cucumber beetles, all that stuff. Cucumbers just naturally go after a certain amount of time. But a real key indicator to me is my tomatoes. This is first year out here, so I don't have everything quite dialed in yet. You can see how the leaves are starting to turn purple. That is a major phosphorus deficiency. And no matter what I can do, I cannot pump enough phosphorus back into these to revive them. I mean, right now, that's all the fruit we're getting, and we barely have any fruiting clusters up top. I mean, once it calms down and gets a little cooler, they'll try to push tomatoes, but by then, it's basically going to be too late anyways. I mean, all in all, these have been pretty good tomato plants out here this year. I mean, they didn't get super tall. I planted them, shot a video on that, look it up. I Florida weaved them, shot a video on that, look it up. All worked great. And now I just can't get enough in them to get them to go back to produce it again. I mean, they stayed really good in fruit bearing the whole time. Didn't go too vegetative. They didn't get too, scraggly or out there on me. They've got a lot of really good fruit on them still I need to harvest. Here's another thing I also noticed too. We start getting yellow shoulders where they're facing the sun. That's because there is just not enough of what it wants in the ground anymore. And like I said, at this point, there's really not much I can do about it, because these plants have hit the end of their life cycle. I'll show you over here with the cherry tomatoes as well. You can really tell when they hit the end of their life cycle, because they start really just flushing everything over. They're an indeterminate, but they almost start acting like a determinate. And like right here. See how small those tomatoes are up top that are already changing? Where down here at the bottom, we had good sized fruit. Everything up here has gotten a lot smaller. And again, there's a lot of really nice fruit in here. But if you see if I can grab it. Oh, there we are. Grab the tomato, there we are. See, the top is just not colored right. Get my face out of there. Yeah, kind of yellow and purple. Doesn't even look good on the tomato. So what I'm having to do is knock those off to make them look better. Another sign is basically everything's starting to look like that out here. It's all running out of gas, ran out of nitrogen, ran out of phosphorus. Even my peppers, which are usually pretty bulletproof for me. You see how green those are? And see how yellow the leaves are? It's done that all the way down the row. They've gotten really, really yellow on me. Purple pepper's been doing awesome again, but everything else is not. Down here you can really see it. See how yellow these ones are? I mean, you can see the green fruit. It's getting kind of dark out here, so it's a little bit hard to see, but you can see the contrast. My camera is actually making that look greener, because this is just normal green jalapeno. That's how yellow that is. Also, one thing I loved it, the eggplants. These little babies are pushing. They were all but toast a couple times this season already, but they're still kicking really hard and good. I mean, there's a lot of little eggplants forming in there, which is really surprising, because a couple times this season they looked like they were all but gone. My second and third successions of green beans, they're starting to go holy. Not sure if that's grasshopper or if I got a fungus eating holes in them. Not really too concerned with them. They're just more of an experiment on timing more than anything, and succession planting. The main harvest of beans over here did great. The Lewis bush beans were awesome this year. Then I come over here and same thing again. Doesn't look that bad, but that stuff is really, really yellow. Both my rows of kale. My experimental little corn plot here that is just, well, it was super green. Not anymore, just like the rest of the stuff. Actually, it looks like I might almost have some corn out here. Those are not, just feeling the cob, or the ear corn. Not quite filled in, but the tassels have changed on them. I'll know when they're ready because the raccoons will come in and eat them. But, I mean, even like the zinnias over here, which have just been like bulletproof, they're even starting to look bad. I mean, I know I haven't been deadheading them or anything, which I probably should be, but just the leaves are yellowing off. The plants are falling over. I mean, they just pretty much given up for the season. There's don't blame them, it's hot. I kind of feel their pain. All the cosmos, which they're plant cosmos, they're pain. They're not worth it. They're just a big bushy thing. Don't produce very good flowers. They don't last very long. The zinnias, on the other hand, I mean, what I'm seeing on this screen here looks awesome compared to the way they look right now. But the colors are phenomenal on them. They look absolutely beautiful. But I just kind of wanted to take a second, walk around, show you U-pick that I've been working on. Kind of also discuss the business with it. So this year I've only had the U-pick open Saturdays and Sundays from 11 to 2. Really limited time. I really didn't want to go super big. I did a Facebook, little video, talk about it, come out and see the U-pick, blah, blah, blah. Put that out Friday night. And Saturday I'd put another one out saying, hey, thanks for everybody that came out, even if nobody came out, just to kind of encourage people to come out the next day. So I was getting, roughly, say 3-4 people on Saturday. Sunday, didn't matter how many people came out, they'd all come out before noon, and after that it was done. But the one thing I did find out is that the average spending of anyone that came out here was $20. So all in all, I mean, for what I did out there in the U-pick, I've got probably $200 worth of irrigation with shipping and everything. If that, probably not even quite that much. And probably $200 worth of landscape fabric and then seed and starts in my time. I know I made that back. Didn't make any extra on top of it, but the farm also harvested a ton of stuff off there. Last week, they pulled 200 some pound of slicer tomatoes just off that 190-foot row. So the farm benefited awesome from it. Me personally, for my little side project, I broke about even with it, which, I'm happy enough. I could have done better advertising, did a whole lot more things, and made it a whole lot more. But that was not the goal this season. The goal was to kind of play around, get the concept, get it to work, and from there, I can see which way I want to take it next year. I still haven't fully decided which way I want to take it next year, but I'm going to definitely do it again. Hopefully get my sunflower field to sink in there too. But you can see behind me, yeah, sun's gone. Moon up. So, hope y'all like what you saw here today. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank y'all. Have a good day.